reviewer. Hold on. Let's get this going. Perfect. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, the raving reviewer. Let's go ahead and let me turn the gain up on this. Fix that right there. This is the first time I've actually gone live on here. But I might go ahead and actually start talking about some music, a couple of songs I like. Just go over the basic gist of stuff that I actually enjoy watching and listening to. Now, back in the day, I used to listen a lot of music, mainly rock, oldies, stuff like that. Recently, I just fallen off the wagon with stuff like that. Now I'm listening to stuff like Pink Floyd. I'm listening to Dream Theater, stuff like that. So, with that being said, let me just kind of introduce going into this. Now, basically, what I like to do is I like to listen to a lot of music. It actually helps my anxiety issues that I have. So, with that being said, let's jump in. We'll just talk about some stuff that I've been listening to recently. A couple of things that I do listen to quite regularly, actually, is a band called XTC. They wrote the one-hit wonder track, Dear God. That was actually a pretty good song. I didn't mind it at all. I didn't take any offense to it or anything along those lines. I actually enjoyed it highly. I actually thought it was a very good track. Lot of it definitely has its symbolism. Definitely gonna say that. So if you're looking at something from a perspective, any perspective, you can always find some form of meaning. Now, one thing to note for music in general recently, I have not really been interested in music. Well, pop music recently. I feel like the quality has gone down significantly, and I don't know why. But all the time I try to listen to music or anything along those lines. I just can't get into it. Like for instance, like mumble rap. Now, I'm not saying anything's bad about it. I just can't get into it. I do like Eminem though. So if you're a fan of Eminem, know that Eminem is fantastic. Honestly, he's a really great rapper, one of the best lyricists of all time. But let me jump back to rock. I think rock is where this entire podcast, if we're talking about music-wise, lies. So let me do a couple of underrated songs, in my opinion. A couple of underrated songs, and we'll go from there. Now, one big redeeming song that I think is underrated and people just ignore, throw to the wayside, is from the band King Crimson. Now, King Crimson was a band that ended up forming into what's called Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Emerson, Lake and Palmer wrote, songs like Lucky Man, wrote Carnival 9 First Impression Part 2, and this is all off the top of my head, by the way. I'm not looking at anything. This is a one-take talk about music. I don't try to do more than 2 takes. I don't like doing that. It just kind of throws me off. But, I like King Crimson. King Crimson, I think, is one of the best bands out there in terms of these prog rock or progressive rock or psychedelic rock, if you're looking at it from that perspective there. Now, if we're talking about like the best song from them or the most underrated song, well, I can't really say it's underrated because it's on the top of their list in terms of what songs are most popular. In the Court of the Crimson King is probably going to be number one in most people's eyes if they follow the band. 21st Schizophrenic Man would Schizoid Man would be second place. Now, otherwise, people really don't know them. It's kind of like Asia. The only songs that people really know from Asia or Toto is Hold the Line and Africa. I saw the rain down in Africa. So I mean, there's that perspective that people honestly know bands only for specific songs, and it's weird, but if we jump into a band that has tons of hits, like Metallica, for instance, there's a lot of songs that people really don't listen to that get need a lot of credit. Honestly, in my personal opinion, and this is probably going to be kind of weird, I actually like Saint Anger. I get it. I know. I'm crazy, aren't I? People actually liking Saint Anger? No, no, can't be. I do. I think honestly, Saint Anger has a lot of good material. You have to take a look at it from their perspective. When they wrote this, this is about their struggle with addiction. There was a lot of issue and culmination in there. There's a lot of anger with that album. And I honestly would say, in my personal opinion, again, personal opinion, everybody has their own opinion, and I can completely understand. I think that Saint Anger is a very underrated album. A lot of people would say that Saint Anger is not a very good album. But I mean, if we're talking apples and oranges here, it's like comparing, it's like saying Saint Anger is to Metallica what Risk was to Megadeth, or anything after 1997 with Iron Maiden, with exceptions to a couple songs here and there. There's just a whole bunch of weird stuff. I honestly would say, though, if we're jumping into now Iron Maiden, that we're looking at more towards, I would say album-wise, would be like Power Slave, Seventh Son of the Seventh Son era would be my favorite. Definitely Power Slave. The track itself is a fantastic album. Or the song is fantastic. Very high quality, lots of good. I love the vocals on the song. Tell me why I have to be a power slave. Why am I a god? Why can't I live on? Now I'm butchering it, obviously. I don't sing as high as him. I only sing lower register. But, honestly, it's a great song. Like, we're talking like fantastic. Now, other songs from them, there's tons. There's Power Slave, Can I Play with Madness is a good song. Wrathchild, if we're talking about earlier Iron Maiden with Paul Di'Anno. Fantastic stuff. There is a lot of other stuff as well. I'm trying to remember a few. I noticed Run to the Hills. That's the most notable. Run to the Hills. There is the song Iron Maiden itself. I mean, seriously. Yeah, I mean, honestly, a lot of stuff. Yeah. Now, this is just an honest to God test as well. This is another thing. I'm testing webcam because I think that it's a good idea. If I'm going to start making pro videos here, I'm going to honestly try and get good video. Now, I may not be 100% clear, but this is a lot better than the other camera that I had for this. It was the built-in camera. Now, I'm not using the built-in mic to the Logitech. I believe I got a Logitech Pro CP920. Fantastic camera, as you can see. Autofocus is pretty good. Gets in there. Let's see. See if it focuses. No, it doesn't. But I'm also using my Blue Yeti studio USB right here. So honestly, you can hear me very, very clear. Now, honestly, I don't know what it is, but this is a completely good setup. And this is also like an introduction to my channel. Now, I'm going to actually do structured lists. I might even do a podcast with my brother. He is a wrestling YouTuber, which I might do wrestling stuff then at this point. If I can get this to stay stable, I might do live reactions to pay-per-views. But I can't make any guarantees on that. But I may be live streaming during WrestleMania. So keep an eye out for that. I'm going to try and see if I can post a live stream or at least a review after the fact of at least NXT TakeOver, if not NXT TakeOver and Mania. So with that being said, I'm also going to try and do some classic reviews. Maybe I'll get him on board with that as well. He's a pretty good YouTuber. If you're looking for anything wrestling related, definitely got to check him out. Art Carter is the man, or just Art Carter. He's a very good YouTuber, very well known. Check him out, and we'll definitely go from there. If you want to, you can always check. Should link him in the description or write something here. Okay, I'm not going to be able to say anything there. There you go. Can't miss him. His YouTube channel, again, it's just his name. So Art Carter. He's a YouTuber. Definitely got to check him out. So when you get the opportunity, look into that. And yeah, definitely. I'm going to try and make more content on here. So we'll definitely see what we can find out. And if you guys ever have any comments or suggestions for videos to do, I will be able to do wrestling. Media Meltdown does not necessarily just mean music. It could be movies, wrestling, anything. Comment down below. I will take a look. I will watch it. I will sit and watch the whole thing if I have to. And I'll even bring my brother. If it's a wrestling thing, me and him will tackle it together. But right now, I'm just going through the intro here. Just so you can kind of go ahead and see. Yeah, so check him out. Like I said, Art Carter, it's in the chat, so you can always check there. And from there, definitely go ahead and see. And yeah, so definitely we're going to get this channel going up and running here. So with that being said, this is going to be the end of the podcast. I just wanted to do a short, brief podcast just so that you guys can get an introduction to both me, the webcam, the good mic, and my opinions. So there we go. All right, guys. Well, I do want to thank you for tuning in. If you ever check this out after the live feed is over, excuse me, I had the hiccups. But yeah, this is live. I'm probably going to be only doing just live videos. So from here on out, just go ahead and check me out. And yeah, well, thank you for tuning into the Media Meltdown podcast. Hopefully your brain did not melt. But hopefully we will go ahead and get some good reviews out on the channel very shortly. So take care. Goodbye. And